Hi class, today I'm going to be going through 2.04 music theory key signatures. So key signatures we talked about before, note naming, what the letters are and how accidentals either raise or lower the pitch, and combine that together we can make scales. Well, key signatures tell us what scale to use when we're making music. So I want you to be thinking about key signatures and how you find what accidentals go where, and be able to identify some key signature names. So a little bit of a review, guys. This is our grand staff. Remember the bass and treble clef stacked on top of each other, and this is where our note names fall on our piano. And right in here in between the two staffs is our ledger line. Remember ledger lines, they're imaginary, but you can add them into written music. And that ledger line in between that is not there, that's middle C. Remember using your hand staff, the bottom line of the treble clef, that's E, and the bottom line of the bass clef is G. So remember our hand staff. So music is key. See, key signatures, these tell us where to put the sharps and flats. So right here, we've got our E major scale. We know where the sharps or flats are in our E major scale when it's written out. But when you're writing music, do you really want to rewrite all those sharps every single time you have an F sharp or a G sharp? Or that's tedious and it looks really cluttered in the music. So at the front of the music written piece, you will see a key signature. And right here, there's 4 sharps representing the 4 sharps that are in the E major scale. Each key signature has their own special combination of sharps or flats. You will never see both together. It's either sharps or flats that tell you where it goes. And so if you notice, right here is our D sharp. If I follow that line all the way to the key signature, there's a sharp on that line. And I know that from there on out in the music, anytime I have a note on a D, it will be a sharp. So there is an order to the sharps. It's not just randomly haphazardly placed. There is a order in which they go. And so there's a couple of sayings that you can use to remember. Fat cats go down and eat breakfast is my personal favorite because it just sounds silly, but you can also use fast cars go driving around every bend. And if you notice, it looks exactly the same on the treble clef as it does on the bass clef. So you start by finding the line that's labeled F and you put a sharp there and you go down to C, G, D, A, E, B. You just follow the pattern and write the sharp there. So when you're naming sharp key signatures, naming, I mean, you're giving it a letter name, you're spelling those key signatures. You're going to find the farthest sharp in the key signature, and you're going to go up 1 line or space. The letter name that corresponds to that line or space, that's the key you're in. So this one right here, there's 1 sharp. So that is the farthest sharp to the right. You're going to go up a line or space. This is on a line, you're going to go up to that space. So F is the line, the next letter in the alphabet is G. So this is the key of G. So let's go down here to where there's a ton of sharps. We're on a line, the farthest sharp to the right, we're going to go up a space, and that space corresponds to the letter C. But this isn't just key of C. If you look over here, follow that space with a C, there's a sharp there. Remember, every single C in that music will have a sharp. So the name of the key isn't C. The name of the key is C sharp because you have to name it. Got to give it its proper name. No misspelling. Flats have a similar order. We start with the letter B, and Big Elvis always delivers guitar chords fast. You can Google all kinds of different variations. Pick the one that works for you. And so it matches, same in the treble clef and the bass clef, follows a lovely little pattern. Now the rule for finding the name of your flat key signature is a little bit different. The next to the last flat, so not the last one, the next to the last flat is what we're looking for. And that is the name I know. Or you can do it this way. The last flat is the 4th scale degree, and you're going to count down to find the 1st scale degree. So this one where there's only one flat, if that's the 4th scale degree, I'm going to go 4, 3, 2, 1 to get to 1, because I want to, 1's its name. We're on this first space, which corresponds to the letter F. It's the key of F. Now, I see no sharps or flats. If you're in music and you see nothing, you are in the key of C major. There's no sharps or flats, you are in C major. Now, each key has a relative minor and a major. So C major has no sharps or flats. Neither does A minor. The difference being C major is centered around C, so all the chords are going to be grouped around that C chord, whereas an A minor, it's going to be grouped around the A chord. It just is depending on where that tone center is. This is called the circle of fifths, and think of it as a lovely little chart to find your key signature. And it goes up or down and around in steps of a fifth. So you can start up here at C. If you go down a fifth, so going down 5 steps, you're going to end up on F, which is 1 flat. Same this way, you're going to go up 5 steps, you're going to end up on G. You can Google this chart, you can save it, you can use it on your quizzes. If you just type in circle of fifths into Google image search, you will see a bajillion examples of this chart right there ready for you to use. Last thing we're going to talk about is diatonic versus chromatic. Chromatic is when you play the scale as is, no additions, nothing fancy. You're just going from C to C in our C major scale, not adding anything. Diatonic, that's when you start to get fancy and add some accidentals, and you're playing not just the white keys on the piano, but the black keys too. You're playing everything in between. So chromatic, all the little spaces in between. Diatonic, you're sticking to the plan. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, please watch these videos before you come to class. Please answer the questions and have a great day. Bye.